Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool 3-slot payphone. This is Ross's payphone from Texas. And so basically what we're going to do with this is just the initial checkout, and it'll be a part of the repair video also. We're going to kind of go through this telephone and show it to you. What we are going to do with this telephone is there's an aftermarket lock right here right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this lock or take another lock like it and put it in where it should be at the center of the body, and then we'll probably move this plug over to this position. So that has to be taken care of. And then another thing that we want to do is I want to take this metal plate that is for the vault and install an aftermarket lock in it also. So we'll do that. The other thing we want to do is I want to take the body off real quick, and I'll give you a look at that. We'll spin that around. It's a 233G, and somebody has put a network up underneath here and kind of stuck it in here. Now we may tighten that up and utilize that, and we may not. I'm just not sure exactly what we're going to be doing with that part of the telephone at this point. It does have a coin validator. We want to make sure that the coins fall through and go into the vault area. So another thing that we can do is I'll show you the backboard and base. Somebody has already installed the modular port here, but we're going to mount that and secure it. And it'll either be this modular port or another one that we'll use. So basically, there's just a lot of stuff stuck together here, and we need to get it all straightened out, plus we need a bell installed in this telephone. So we're going to kind of be working on this telephone and figuring out exactly what we want to do to it and get it squared away. Now I'm going to go ahead, since this is the initial checkout, I want to try to remove this vault door that's on there, which is actually just a plate. I don't know why back in the day they were driving a screw through the telephone and putting these doors, these plates in place. And it looks to me like somebody has mounted a bell here, but it's all flopping around. It's just flopping around, and that's kind of a no-go. We're not going to be using that situation. It just doesn't make much sense, and I don't know why somebody would do that. Let me try to remove this bell here real quick. We're going to get to a much cleaner situation. And it's actually a bell that was out of a 2500 set that somebody mounted in here. And I want to remove this. And what they did with this 2500 set bell is they broke off the other half. And in order for these bells to work properly, they really need a bounce back and forth between the two bells. And so that's just not what we do here at this shop. It's kind of not acceptable here. So really what it comes down to is it has a lot of issues, and we're going to be getting this telephone squared away and straightened out. And we're going to take a short break from the video and start working on this telephone and getting some things taken care of here. It's got a lot of different little things going on, and we got to straighten them all out. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with this telephone. We're going to kind of run through a little bit of what we've done here. We've got a new dial center ring card and plastic cover here, and it says wait for dial tone. And it's more to the area or period of the time frame that this telephone would be from. The old center dial ring did not have a plastic protective cover, and it was just this card here. So I'm sure that replacing that was something that we wanted to do. I'm going to move that out of the way. Another issue, probably earlier in the video you'll see what we've done here, is we had, when the telephone came in, the lock that's in the center now where it's supposed to be was over in this position, and then they had this plug where the lock actually would be. And in reality they're both locks, but since there was only one lock and it was on this side, we changed it. We put the lock that it came in with right here on the body where it really should be, and then just went ahead and plugged it, so with the plug that was in its place. So we got that straightened out. Another issue was on the vault door, which is actually a vault plate. In the old days when they would convert these telephones, a lot of times they would take the vault door off. I don't understand why they did that. It really makes no sense. But they would just put a plate on, and earlier in the video we showed that this plate was held on by a screw that they had drove in through the side of the telephone, which we wanted to get away from that situation and take the plate door and go ahead and put a lock in it. So now we have done that. So now the telephone can actually be locked up. And so another issue is we went through the rotary and got that straightened out. We made sure that the money was dropping through the coin validator properly. We removed an old bell that was no good. We don't use that type of bell, and you'll see that in the earlier part of the video. And so anyway, we've rewired everything the way that we need to rewire it. We also stabilized the modular port that was in this telephone, and I'm going to kind of swing the telephone around and show you what that looks like now. So it makes for a much cleaner. They just had the modular port hanging, so we've mounted that now. So all you have to do is basically walk up to the telephone here, and now that it's mounted, you can just simply plug into it. So we want to swing this back around, and I have some money here that I want to drop through. I'm going to go ahead and do a quarter, which is going to gong. I have a dime, which is going to ring the bell twice, and nickels ring the bell one time. We'll do another dime. We'll do another quarter. Then we'll do a nickel. And then we'll do another dime and one more quarter. And that's dropping all the way down into the vault area. And so now our money will be down here in the vault area. And if they ever want to get a cash box for it, that's fine. They could simply find a cash box for it and install it. It wouldn't be a big deal. So now what we have is, I'll go ahead and take the body off real quick. And I want to show you that we have a much cleaner situation here now. We've installed our bell, our capacitor for our bell. We've mounted our modular port, which was just hanging before. We've got it all cleaned up, and then now we have everything straightened up inside. And so we want to put our body back on now. and we want to do some final checks here. So we'll go ahead and ring the telephone. We'll let that go a couple times. We'll give you some dial tone. Another thing we did was we put a plastic cover over the informational card that was in the telephone. So that was taken care of also. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and call some numbers with this telephone, and we'll switch it over to a regular line. I want to give you some dial tone, and we'll call, say, like a time and temp number.
Shop online anytime at Offenburg.com. A short drive to great value. Today is Tuesday, July 17th. The time is 4:11. Current temperature 105 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the mid-70s. Partly cloudy and very hot and humid Wednesday. Chance of a shower and a thunderstorm. Highs around 101. Heat index 106.
Okay. So now what we can do, give you some more dial tone. I want to call my number and it'll be busy. Okay, we'll call one other number. We'll call my shop over in Missouri and give you some dial tone. And I've told them not to answer over there because it's a long distance number. I wanted to make sure that we checked all the numbers.
Calling A1 Telephone and A1 Electronics. Please leave your message. We will return your call as soon as possible. Or you may call our other location at 618-235-6959. Thank you.
Okay. So we know that this telephone is dialing out and it's ringing, and we have it set up to where the bell will tinkle a little bit every time you dial a number. And that's most of the customers want it set up that way because they like to hear that little tinkle of a bell. And so what we'll do now is we'll move it back over into the analyzer. I'll ring it a couple of times. Go ahead and answer the telephone and give you some dial tone. Now I'm just going to tap the receiver so that dial tone goes away, and I want to transmit into the handset. Every time you see this red light on the analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know everything is working on this telephone now, and although we went with aftermarket locks for the situation, it saves a lot of money that way. And since there was a plate and not a real actual vault door, it really doesn't make a difference. You can't really tell, and it's not going to be an issue. So it also saves customers a lot of money. And it's a cool payphone. These, it has some wear and tear on it, but these telephones were in service. And I want to show you the center dial card here. The wait for dial tone. And these telephones were in service, so that's the way most people like to use them, is the way they looked when they were out in the field and in service with the public. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is Ross's telephone, a 3-slot payphone, very cool telephone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.